In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on August 12, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. New York Yankees versus Boston Red Sox. On Friday evening, the New York Yankees and Boston Red Sox clash in the first game of a 3-game set at Fenway Park. The Yankees will start righty Domingo German while the Red Sox counter with Nathan Eovaldi. The Yankees are not the same club we witnessed before the All-Star break. After losing some bullpen arms, as well as Matt Carpenter and Giancarlo Stanton, they will need to rely on some unproven guys thrust into the lineup. They will be fine, considering how stacked they are top to bottom. Although the Red Sox have a strong batting lineup that is 6th in batting average, they have fallen out of contention at this juncture of the year. They have hovered 4 to 5 games below the .500 mark since the All-Star break and have really struggled from the mound. They come into this matchup with New York ranked bottom 5 in staff earned run average and runs allowed. Eovaldi served up 4 runs last week to the Royals and gets a Yankees team that leads the majors in home runs. German got out to a slow start to his season, but he has pitched better in his last start. German gave up only 1 run in his last start. This Red Sox's offense has been too inconsistent for me to turn them. The Yankees still have one of the top-ranked offenses in the league, and they will find success here. So the New York Yankees money line is our full game side pick. Nathan Eovaldi and Domingo German toe the rubber for their respective clubs in this matchup. Neither pitcher has looked overpowering this season, and both offensive units will have the upper hand here. German has a 5.09 earned run average, 1.53 WHIP, and 13.6 Kelvin BB in 4 starts. The Red Sox are not the same lively bunch we saw back in May, but they are still capable of putting up a big number. They average 4.5 runs per game, with that moving up a tick to 4.64 at Fenway Park. I expect the Yankees to win this game, but there will be a chunk of runs scored. The total number has gone over in 4 of Boston's last 5 games and 6 of their last 7 facing American League East clubs. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Baltimore Orioles versus Tampa Bay Rays. The Baltimore Orioles collide with the Tampa Bay Rays in the first of a big 3-game American League East series on Friday evening. The Orioles will give the nod to Austin Voth, targeting his 3rd win. The Rays will counter with the veteran Corey Kluber. The season series is even at 8-8. The Baltimore Orioles currently sit just a half game behind Tampa Bay for the final wild card spot in the American League. These teams have played 16 times so far this year, with each team winning 8 of them. Baltimore is 23-8 in their last 31 games played, while Tampa Bay is just 6-11 since the All-Star break. Entering Friday's game, there is no question which team is in better form, so there must be some clear advantage Tampa Bay has on Friday to warrant such a heavy favorite price. Right. Well, I am not so sure. The starting pitcher matchup will be Corey Kluber for Tampa Bay and Austin Voth for Baltimore. The casual fan will think of Voth as a Washington National and his numbers during that time, and Kluber as the Cy Young Award winner. That hasn't been the case, however, as Voth has outperformed his senior counterpart this season. Voth is coming off of his worst start as a member of the Orioles rotation. That sounds bad, but he only allowed 3 runs and 5 IP in a 6-3 Baltimore win. His last 6 starts have spanned 24.2 IP with a 1.18 WHIP, 3.28 earned run average, and 0.97 Kelvin IP. The Orioles only let Voth pitch around 75 pitches before pulling him in favor of their top 5 bullpen. Baltimore is 6-2 when Voth starts the game for them. Corey Kluber has been downright poor in his last 4 starts. Those 4 starts have spanned 23 IP with a 1.39 WHIP and 5.87 earned run average. He has allowed at least 7 hits and at least 3 runs in each of those starts. Friday's game will be Kluber's 4th start against this Orioles lineup in his last 10 starts. That is something I love to target, especially when the lineup has already had success. Kluber registered a quality start in the first matchup with 2 runs allowed across 6 IP with 6 Kelvins. The next 2 matchups have yielded a 1.54 WHIP and 9 earned runs across 11 IP with a combined 5 Kelvins. Both bullpens are very good, with Baltimore ranking 2nd in XFIP and 7th in WHIP, and Tampa Bay ranking 7th in XFIP FIP and 5th in WHIP in the last 30 days. Baltimore has the advantage in most key areas in the lineups department as well. It confuses me as to why Baltimore continues to lack respect from oddsmakers, but I will keep backing them at plus money when the right opportunity arises. So the Baltimore Orioles money line is our full game side pick. 10 of the 16 matchups between these teams so far this season have cleared this total, and both offenses are hitting well currently against right-handed pitching. In the last 30 days against right-handers, Baltimore ranks 8th in WOBA, 8th in OPS, 10th in SLG, and has the third lowest K percentage at 18.7%. During that same span, the Tampa Bay offense has a WRC plus of 103, the 4th highest BB percent and the 12th highest OBP. While Austin Voth is in the better current form of the two starting pitchers, his expected stats still leave a lot to be desired. Voth ranks 19th percentile in XBA, 22nd percentile in XSLG, and 32nd percentile in barrel rate this season. His XER is a full run better than his actual ERA to this point, but still ranks just 27th percentile. He is a high fly ball rate pitcher who is more than capable of giving up a long ball or two. Corey Kluber has shaky expected data of his own this season. The 36-year-old right-hander ranks just 19th percentile in XBA, 30th percentile in XSLG, 41st percentile in XER, and 41st percentile in K percentage this year. Both pitchers have seen these lineups a ton recently, with Kluber getting hit hard by Baltimore. These foes have played in many high-scoring decisions this year. The Orioles continue to generate offense via home runs and have scored a total of 32 runs in their last 7 games against the Rays this season. Kluber will contain them but hasn't been at his best recently and will give up a few runs. In addition, the Rays have averaged a stellar 5.17 runs in their 6 home games against the Orioles this season. The Bats have heated up, scoring 25 runs in their last 6 games. The over is 6-1 in the Orioles' last 8 clashes. While I understand that both teams have exceptional bullpens, I think this total is a bit too low. I expect plenty of runs here. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Seattle Mariners versus Texas Rangers. The Seattle Mariners have been playing incredibly well over the last couple of months, as they are currently holding the top American League wild card spot and trying to come back from the massive American League West deficit. Right-hander George Kirby will get the start, as he is coming off a victory over the Los Angeles Angels, as he went 6 innings and allowed a run on 6 hits with a hit by pitch and 8 strikeouts. The Texas Rangers have been trying to get back into the American League wild card picture, as they have cut the deficit to single digits. The Rangers have righty Dane Dunning on the mound, as he is coming off a win over the Chicago White Sox, where he threw 7 shutout innings and gave up a hit, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. The pitching staffs have been solid, as George Kirby is 1-0 with a 1.8 earned run average in 3 starts since the All-Star break, while Dane Dunning is 1-0 with a 2 earned run average up to this point. The bullpens are also close, as the Mariners are 9th in baseball with a 3.42 reliever earned run average, while the Rangers are 12th with a 3.72 bullpen earned run average throughout the season. Caught steals offensively can really derail an inning, and Texas is tied for 2nd in MLB with 27 caught steals, while Seattle is tied for 13th with 20. The Mariners have dominated the season series, as they have won 11 of the 13 games thus far. These two teams come into this series in 2nd and 3rd in the American League West, but the Mariners have an 11-game lead on the Rangers in the division. Seattle is currently hanging on to a wild card spot, so every game is important for them. Texas starting pitcher is up in the air, but it looks like it is going to be Josh Esposito, who typically pitches out of the bullpen. For Seattle, George Kirby has allowed 3 runs in his last 15 innings pitched. The Texas Rangers are dead offensively right now, and the losses are piling up. The Seattle Mariners continue to be one of the more consistent teams over the last month, and Kirby has been sharp. In his last 26.1 innings, Kirby has allowed 24 hits and 6 runs. The Seattle Mariners money line is our full game side pick. Some of the numbers mentioned earlier should give you an indication of how these pitchers should do well. Looking at the splits for these starting pitchers, George Kirby is 2-1 with a 2.9 earned run average in 6 road starts, while Dane Dunning is 2-1 with a 3 earned run average in 10 home starts thus far. Neither offense has been killing it as of late either, as the Mariners are scoring 3 runs per game in their last 7 games, while the Rangers are averaging 4 runs per game in their previous 7 games. The Seattle Mariners are one of the best defensive teams in the league, as they did a great job of slowing down the Yankees when they were at the dish in their last series. They will now shut down the Rangers in this one. Texas has the 19th lowest overall team batting average, as the Mariners will be able to keep them off the bases for the majority of this game. The Rangers aren't going to score enough runs this game, while the Mariners will also have trouble at the plate at different points throughout this game. They are scoring the 23rd least amount of runs per game, and they have the 25th lowest overall team batting average. They will struggle to reach base safely, as this game will remain low scoring. Both of these teams struggle at the plate, as the pitchers will have the final laugh in this game. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.